It's time for today's instalment of Did You Know? The segment as informative as it is rhetorical. Did you know? Today, Smogley Primary School visits the Tumbledowns Paperclip Factory for the third year in a row. Wow! That sounds like the kind of stimulating, informative experience the developing mind craves. Maybe next year they'll get to try something different. You know, just for a change.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to 2 Point Museum. Now, I was instructed to come back here, so we're back in Memento Mile and the rest is prehistory. The Department of Culture is thrilled with your progress, even if they might not always admit it, but to receive a 3-star rating we'll need to display an entirely new level of expertise. This is an opportunity to demonstrate that you can curate museums at the highest level, develop your prehistory collection to show that you can master a theme. The abandoned offices nearby have become available. Complete its plot objective to expand the museum if you need more space. Now, I do need more space. And so I think this is the abandoned offices that they're talking about. We need to display exhibits from 4 different themes and turn a quarterly profit of over $4,000, which shouldn't be too difficult. Problem is, this is looking a little bit tired, and I think we need to destroy this building and start over. And that pains me a little bit, but I think we need to do it. So let's do it. We have $2,986 in uncollected donations. We don't have any active tours. Now, all of my exhibits will be stored in my inventory, and my rooms and items will be sold. So, I don't want this to happen. I'm worried that my prehistory playground and all of these items will be lost. So I'm going to store them first. And I know it hasn't even been that long since we last developed here, but I think we need to do it regardless. So I think that just about clears up all of my exhibits, or at least the ones that I custom build myself, and the rest will go into my inventory. So goodbye to this building. All right, so we now have this space assigned. Good. This is obviously going to be my entrance, and then I'm looking at my stuff here where we have a load of exhibits that we can now start putting in. So we are going to need to start mapping this out. Now, I would quite like a nice open entrance area. So we're going to go to our walls here. In fact, first, I'm going to put in all of my entrance stuff. So I'm going to drop my exhibits down first, so I know what I'm dealing with. We're not going to put any of the frozen stuff in here. We're going to have that in a separate room. So again, disc fossils and stuff going down. Ambered gigagecko. Helix fossils. Boulder-dillo. Yeah, every time I do anything, tooltip shows up again. Which is quite annoying. Sharpened tops. And lastly, star fossil. Okay, so these are all my prehistory items that I currently have. Obviously, I would like to eventually replace some of the things that we've got here, like the honey, the honeybee and stuff in the ambered gigagecko. I'd like to have them have a little bit more verve to them, in a way. And I'm going to put them in, but I'm going to leave a gap behind them so that I can place any decorative items in that space in between. So we've also got the Palapodactyl, which can go like that. We put that in there. We've then got the disc fossils. My disc fossil is going to go here. I don't have another disc fossil, so we'll go with the helix fossil here. We're leaving a gap. And that's going to go in like that. I think that gap is too big. So we'll just move this along. One. No, it needs to go along another one. That's right in between the two. Yes, it is. The boa conductor is going to go on an angle coming right out here. And then the lanternfish is going to go on a slightly smaller angle like that. In between, we'll put the sharpened tops. Like there. And then we can put in the star fossil right here. At the back, we'll have the right footprint fossil. An angle. And then we'll finish off with the Boulderdillos. We'll have one here. And another one right here at the entrance. Then what we can do is we can have a new partition wall going in. Like this. Perfect. And we've got some space now, so we can put in the prehistory playground or the troll grab game. I'm going to keep the troll grab game in the other space. So when we come through this area, we're going to end up in a frozen kind of area. I think we'll have them go through the prehistory playground here. And then that will take guests into the iced area. So we can now put another wall in. Kind of seals off this space here. Directing guests into the frozen area, which is just going to be a simple walkthrough of this space. So again, we'll move that down to there. Then we'll have this wall come up here, like that. And what we could actually do is we can have the star fossil go there. We can have the lanternfish move to here. We can put a little wall, little one-way area through there, and another one-way area through here. So we'll move sharpen tops to there. We'll move boa conductor on a little bit more of an angle in that space there. And then we've got space to have multiple doors to guide people through. So we'll have a one-way door that goes into this space here and a one-way door that goes into this space. Then we can have a dinosaur archway coming out of here, going into the frozen area. A wet lantern one there. We've got a space one, the security archway. We could go with temple, actually. In fact, no, what we're going to do is we're going to remove this one-way door. Then we'll put the dinosaur archway in there. Like that. And then we can put temple in here. Or we'll just go with prehistory, taking people straight through there. So they've got a little playground in there. They can go in and get that sort of stuff done. Then what other items did we have? So we've got the sound stage here. I don't know what that needs to be next to. What does it need? It's just a general interactive display. So we can put that away for now. We've then got over here, we've got the troll grab game. What does that need to be near? Again, it's just a general one. So we can put that away for now. This one, I think, does need to be near a prehistory exhibit. So in this room, we could have another prehistory exhibit of some description, because we've only got right now the frozen stuff. And I would like prehistory in here. So we'll move the ambered giga gecko, which is a prehistory decoration, and that just needs to be near a fossil decal. So the amber giga gecko can go in here, like there. Then we'll be able to decorate that area. Or we could put the giga gecko here, I guess. Yeah, I think it's better there. And we've got some little areas for seats and stuff, so that works out pretty well. Then we'll go into our frozen area, which is going to be in here. That is going to be our wet lantern adventure space. So that we can wall off completely here. And then we'll just remove some of these walls a second and put in a new one. There, like that. Because this is a sealed off area, we can have a two-way door in, so we can put in the wet lantern archway there. Then we can start looking at building our fishing area, our fish aquarium. That's what it's called, not a fishing area. So I'm going to put a fairly sizable aquarium in there. We're going to have the door just down here. And then we can put in that. That's done. Obviously, that gets rid of that, and we see a little bit of the wet lantern area there. I didn't really want that to happen. So we're going to sell that. and we'll put in the wall again. Right then. So the next step, we'll put that back in. We'll put the aquarium in, and that's just going to go up to here like that, and then in there. And we can put a door there, and that goes in as well. What fish do we actually have? How many aquariums do we need? We've got a clownfish and we've got 2 floating fish. So actually, it's not a lot. So we can put in another aquarium right here with a door on the end there, and then putting that in. That gives us 2 aquariums now, and the beginning of our Wetlantian adventure space. Then we can put in some extra stuff here, like the tuna forks. We can put that over here. And then I'm going to add in another item here in the soundstage. We'll put the soundstage in the corner, right there. Oh, a little bit too far in the corner, so we'll just pick it up and move it out a touch. Still not accessible. What about a bit more? Like that. Still not accessible. There. I think maybe we need to put the soundstage in that corner there, and then the tuna forks can go where the soundstage is. So that's going to go here. The tuna forks can go on the angle in the corner like that. That's better. I do like the angle of the soundstage though, so we're going to just put that on a bit more of an angle like that. There we go. Right, that's much better. Then through here is where we have our frozen area. So let's get that made. We need to put in our frozen beehive, which can go in the corner. We can then add in a frozen fridge right next to it. Like that. And lastly, the cave person. We'll put him there for now because I think he needs to be near... No, just a prehistory spear, of course. The beehive needs to be near a prehistory decoration, and the frozen fridge needs to be near a snowy rock. Then we're going to add in the item that I wanted, which was the troll grab game. And that's going to go right here. And I think that needs to be... No, it doesn't have anything really, so that's fine. We'll then add in another wall. And I think we can put one that goes across... Oh, we can't. Just short. I'm going to do that anyway, though, just to seal all of that off. Then a one-way door going through here. And we should probably put in a toilet somewhere, I think, because, you know, this is now a little bit of a crowded area. And as they come through here, they'll be in the botany area where we only have 2 items for now. So we can quickly seal this all off with a wall. Maybe we put botany in here. And then down here, we'll have some more staff buildings. So again, we'll put in a staff-only door there. Then we can fill that up with workshops and things. Maybe we should... That's going to be botany, so we can put in the botany archway there. We also need to have a one-way area that finishes off our jaunt around. And this space is where we can put in things like gift shops and stuff. All right, so I just wanted to show you a little bit of an example of how the decor is going to look. So we're trying to be quite detailed here and make it look really, really good. So you can see the Boulderdillo has, like, it's fully complete, obviously. It's got, you know, all of the buzz bonuses required of it, and it's, yeah, ready for action, really. So we're going to add in a perk on that one as well, just to really boost it, because why not? It is epic, so it's pristine, which is really, really good. We are going to jump ahead now because I have a lot of work to do. So I'm going to finish everything here and then we'll show you the final result. So I'll see you when we get there.
And a busload of school children. Not only did this
All right.
throw our entire show into doubt, but based on the faces and
All right,
gestures
so we
these
are finished,
children were making,
and
it's clear
here it is.
generation
We
are
don't have a
not yet
toilet, though, so
cultivating
that's not great, is it?
in this
So we're going to put a
following
toilet in.
radio.
Probably should have thought of that. We also don't have a marketing room, which isn't great because we actually have to attract some guests through marketing in our next task. So we are going to have to find some space for a marketing office. It might mean reducing the size of our lovely, large gift shop, which is unfortunate because I've just finished building it. Or we could maybe try and just edit this room here. Take out... we can't because it's got to be a very particular size, so that doesn't work either. Right, so our staff room is fine. Marketing, and we definitely need a toilet for our guests because we don't have one currently. So I am going to put in a small toilet somewhere in the museum. It might well be that we just make a couple of adjustments here. We'll move the realization station into this space here. It should get a max buzz from just being in that area there. That's good. Then we can get rid of that donation stand and we can have a little look at what we can do to create a toilet that is going to be usable by our guests. It might well be that we just put one in here. It's a random size. Now, I think that works. And then we can have it kind of come down to here as well, just on a bit of a weird little loop. That will do. Ooh, hang on. That's not good. What's wrong with you? Oh, hang on. Right, let's build this. Put one singular toilet in for now, just so that it's built, and see what you need. Just wilting. Need an expert. Do we have a botanist here who can sort this out? Let's have a quick look. Staff. We do. You're on tours. Get off tours. Come over here. Sort this out. So over here, I just want botany. I haven't done this, actually. That's a problem. We just want marine life there. And then here, we only want prehistory. And these remaining ones here, we only want prehistory there as well. All right, that should sort that issue out. Let's build our toilet. And then we can start having a think about where we could potentially put our marketing office. We'll do there, and then we can have a look here and get in a couple of sinks. And finish off with some hand dryers. And then a hand sanitizer on their way out. There we go. Right, the bathroom is now done. And then let's see where we can build our marketing office. I reckon it could potentially go here somewhere. And it'll just be a case of putting one in. It only needs to be 2 by 2. So we can actually just put it on the side here. I can make it a 3 by 3. That's fine. We'll put in a door right there. And then we'll just put the basic of the basic in to complete the room. Then we can start a marketing campaign for professors. We'll make it elaborate. We'll start that off. And then let's just hire a staff member who's trained in marketing. We don't have one, so Jeff Leopard will come in. And Jeff Leopard will train in marketing. There we go. Right. Okay. So let's have a look at what we've got here. We have an olive statue showcase that we can put in. So I will stick one in right here. It can just go there for now. That also boosts our museum up to level 18. And the staff, we're going to need to have a look at some new staff. We've got 12 experts. We could do with some more assistants. So I'll bring in Chris Bottom. And I'll also bring in Finley McGuffin. There we go. And then we're going to need some more janitors for sure. So Laura Pond will come in. And then we'll grab Agnes Stench. And security, because we've had to beef things up here, we'll bring in as well. There we have it. Right, okay. That chap trap should now be sorted out. Let's have a look at what else we've got. We've got some health inspections and stuff. That's good. Okay, right. So that is now watered and fine. And we should probably send an expedition off. And when you are done, we are only going to have you work in marketing. Once they've trained, they should automatically be assigned that. And yeah, that's good. So we have a queue at the toilets, which is not great considering. And I don't think we've got any space to put in another toilet block. Although we could technically put one here. If we edit the building, we can actually add in an extra bit here. We'll get rid of that. We'll okay that. And then we'll put a large toilet block in there. I can't believe I forgot about the most basic thing, which was having some toilets in there, but never mind, we've done it now. We've got an extremely sizable toilet block right there. We'll put some sinks all the way along this back entrance here. And then some hand dryers just to finish it all off. There, right, okay. We also then need to just adjust the paint job here. So I'm going to again grab that, and then we'll go all the way along.
Children have no place.
Excellent. Right. So that sorts out the toilet queues, even though we end up with a weird nubbin on the end of the building, but that's fine. We need to attract guests through marketing. The campaign is underway, so hopefully we'll get some here. And then we are going to need to have a look at some more points of interest and reach museum level 22. But the reason I came back here, the main reason, was to pump out exhibitions in prehistory, because that is what we need to target to help us gain our levels in other spaces. So we are going to head over to the cold mines. We're going to set up an expedition, autofill it, and we are going to take the first aid kit as well and make it really detailed. So we don't have the rock slide event. We could potentially get lost in caves. I reckon we're going to, I don't want that risk to happen. So we're going to take the first aid kit out, take the expedition journal instead. We do then have the blizzard injury, but that's fine. And we are on the way. Excellent. Right, so 14 points of interest we need to unlock in Bone Belt. We need to reach museum level 22, which we'll get as we gradually train up our staff. So speaking of training, let's open our training menu and see who's available. Caleb Baff, we'll give them aerodynamics level 2. Carrie Noir, we're going to give strolling surveillance to. We're then going to have Davina Marang take on mechanics level 2. And I think we need one more in customer service. There we go. And another one here. We're going to make you very good at tours, Catherine. You have been selected. Moss Mastic, we're going to give survival skills to. And then over here, we're going to go with workshop. Further down again, we've got another one that we can go in with workshop with as well. Toby, we'll give strolling surveillance to. Whitney, we're going to give survey skills to. Or we could have gone with fish whispering, actually. That would have been helpful, but never mind. We've got that done. People are now going to start training, which again increases our museum level as they level up themselves. So we've already nailed that exhibit showcase, and things are starting to look a lot better already. So I hope you've enjoyed this redevelopment. Again, it seems like we've redeveloped this museum quite a few times, but all of it is to make sure that we hit this objective over here, and oh, we've already done it. So we can purchase a new plot. And that means we are looking really good. It means we can build another extension to this museum at some point whenever we may need. For some reason, good, it's just been built. That's fine. I thought there was some sort of major issue there. But I hope you've enjoyed this episode of 2 Point Museum, where things are looking a lot better here. We've got a new redevelopment with some lovely new pieces to our museum. And over in the other area we do need to display another different type of exhibit. So that's something that we can definitely consider as we continue to expand. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.